for a call again, and then she just added another phone number to the 13-year-old grandson who's possibly with the daughter. Step out with this.
2412.
Veteran crisis hotline's calling in, so they have a female veteran off her medication. She's over at the safe haven. Detective 12, we'll check that one out.
6 1 bullet, 2 1 start, take your shots.
Officer still stands for time? No. Offender in custody? Thanks. Anyone else close, might just give us up, let me know.
10-5. Possible Sheridan and Wilson.
First time out. 10-4.
Where's the 47 Wilson?
Domestic battery at 1815 North Winchester, 181 Winchester. Danny stated the father is the owner of the vehicle.
Yes, yes. Good evening. Hopefully, y'all can hear me okay whenever we are out on the road. There's always some kind of technical issues that arise. Hopefully, this is working okay. Good evening. Sorry about the bump back. I apologize about that. Just a busy day. I did want to also do a couple contribution call outs from earlier. I want to say Detective Golden, thank you so much for the $25 cash app. Appreciate you and thank you for all the hard work that you do for the true crime community. And Detective Golden is one of the important team members that we have in the background, just as well as the other mods that we do a lot of work. So I appreciate you so much. And also Jamie Gregory, thank you so much for the $10 cash app as well. Appreciate the contributions. Let me throw this screen up there for you real quick. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. And as always, like I say, without you, we wouldn't be able to go out there and do what we do for the victims, the families, and communities. So it means a lot to all of us. So thank you very much. Also, there's a members only video. It's a part one. Uh, I'll have a part two coming out here soon. So if you are a member, enjoy that one, that little nugget there. Also, we're going to be going through JP Miller's defamation lawsuit. A couple protests ago, and I can't even, if anybody recalls the date, let me know, because they all blend in together. But it was maybe, oh my gosh, when was it? It was a while ago. Remember when that lady came up, Melissa? She came up behind. She was like, "Hey, CJ." They were. That was the one that had said all that stuff about JP Miller. So we're gonna listen to a little bit of that, and then we're gonna go into the Fitz news. Uh, defamation lawsuit that JP's filing also or filed. 6 million. 6 million. Going through some of the articles, some of the screenshots. We're going to talk a little bit about money laundering, little educational video from a new channel. I don't even remember. I just came across it a while back, and so I thought we'd talk about that too, and then a little bit of Randall family. Just talk a little bit more about the Randall family. So thank you all for hopping in. Appreciate you very much. And if you haven't hit the like yet, please do. I'm going to call out your ticket numbers here. And good evening to all you. I don't know what happened to the previous 20 tickets. Not sure. That's odd. Um, but yeah, okay. Yeah, 6 months ago today. Mash those purple hearts, please, if you don't mind. And that is correct. I'm about trying to find the answers. Just as I did a little bit of work for Amber Berbelia's case today after I was done at the protest. More to come on that. I actually have a lot of work to do for that case this week before we have to go back to Tennessee to be there for Sebastian Rogers and the vigil. We're going to be there too. And then we're going to be coming back here because we have a lot more work, a lot more digging that I have planned for when we come back on the next leg after we go to Tennessee. It's going to be a lot of hours traveling the next few weeks, so I might not be live, in the morning and at the evening. Sometimes I might not even be be live even in the evenings. So just, I appreciate your patience. It means everything. And trust me, if I am on the road, because I'm going to be on the road extended periods of time here, I'll probably do some hangouts or something where we hang out for a few hours or half the trip or something, if anybody's bored. So we'll do that, but it's going to be a lot of driving, that's for sure. Ticket 28. Thank you, Jill. Appreciate you. Ticket 30. A lot of driving coming up. And on this trip, it was weird. The first couple hours I was driving, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, man, these miles are hitting me. But we got a lot of work to do. Thank you, 32. Ooh. 36. Thank you so much, Rachel. 38, analytical. Thank you. What a beautiful, it was a little chilly. It was definitely a little chilly. But what a peaceful protest today. Well, it is very peaceful. Now, when it came, now I'm going to show a couple pictures. The protesters went out to Lumber River State Park, to have their own little memorial thing, and so I got a couple pictures I'm going to share with you guys, but they were there early in the morning, and it was shortly after 10 or so. They ended up heading up to there, so it was cool. They were able to, the last couple times that I've been up at Lumber River, it was kind of hard to get back there. Just from, as you could see on the videos that I posted for you guys, I think I did a members only. The part 1 through 5, I think, or 1 through 6, something like that. But you could see it was kind of just from all the water and stuff. But they were able to get back there. They were able to make it back there. And they were able to be able to go to the spot and leave some flowers. So I'm glad that they were able to do that today. They all mean a lot to me. Y'all mean a lot to me. The community means a lot to me. Just the overflow of love and support that I get from you all here in this community. I know a lot of you in chat are from this community, so really like a double thank you. And then the people that are out there that come up and show their support. It all really means a lot to me. And you guys are the fuel for the fire. These miles are hitting me, but I'm telling you, y'all, and the support and love is just replacing that fuel that I need to just keep going and keep going and keep going. So really, it means everything. There's a ticket number 2. Started off with 20. I don't know how we started off with 20. But it was chilly. It was chilly. Very chilly. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all too. What's up, Yoli? We got to have Yoli on again sometime. Look at that with the green check mark. Thank you so much, Kiki. What's up, Lana? Number 6, Caddy. I'll be able to fly. No, I don't. Listen, the trip to Idaho, Moscow, Idaho for a week, that's because I had no choice, because I knew that house was going to get tore down. So it was like, look, because I was originally planning on driving from Indiana all the way up to Moscow, Idaho. I was going to drive. But when that Halloween came and we seen the FBI come into the house and redoing their little scan thing, I was like, they're going to tear this thing down. before the next semester starts. And so I just instantly, I think, because I got sick right after that. I got like the flu or something. I was sick for like 2 weeks. I was so sick for like 2 weeks. And then after that, I literally had to book a flight and all that stuff, rental. Uh, and I think maybe it was like within a week I was on a plane. Like it was literally like snap of a finger. Like, dude, you got to go. Because I don't fly. I can't stand to fly. I'd rather not fly. I'd rather not. But it was one of those things where it was like, yeah, you need to get on this plane now because you're not flying in the wintertime all the way up in Moscow, Idaho. It just ain't happening. No, I need to go now. So I put my fears aside and I went ahead and flew. Other than that, listen, I'll drive. I'll drive. If I have to fly, I'll fly. But other than that, no, I'm driving. I'm, I'm driving. I watched too many Mayday air disaster documentaries. Okay. No, I've just never been. I'd never, uh, I don't know. I don't like being that high in the sky. I just don't. All right. Give me 1 second. Let me share these pictures with you. Thank you all again for hopping in. Appreciate you. What's up, Dre? 75. Thank you. What's up, Cherry Cherry? Thank you all for hopping in. Busby. I like to keep my wit right. Exactly. Exactly. But if you remember, check out that video I just dropped a little bit ago. More to come, trust me. Because just like these, I don't get it. I don't understand it, but it's not. Listen, it's not the first hot dog steak that got a hat and some glasses and wore it backwards, you know. So you'll you'll see what I mean. As the video ends, you'll see where part two's gonna be coming up. Okay. You just gotta first of all, you gotta watch the whole thing. You gotta watch the whole thing. You gotta be like, whoa, is this the mess? Like it's all about it's yeah. There are no words. There are no words. Like I'm sitting there watching it, like for real. I'm sitting there watching it and I'm going, should I even be seeing this? Right? Like if anybody's thank you so much, David. I appreciate it. Thank you. No, I'm not gonna play it on the show tonight. It's a members only. You know what? I'll I'll play it without the sound, all right? Because you know I need my $12. I'll play it without the sound, so you can see it. So you can see it, but if you want to hear it, then you know you got. uh, I just have to do it like that. But it was crazy because when I'm sitting there, I'll tell you what's playing in the background, okay? But as I'm sitting there watching it, and I'm going, should I even be like seeing this? Right? Should I even be seeing this? Like, should I even be seeing this? But then, if you got to watch the whole thing because the last, I don't know, minute, minute and a half or something like that, uh, you hear what's being said, and it's like, you know, who you gonna spend? What are you doing tomorrow, Rose? I'm gonna be standing next to CJ. What? Oh, it just had me like it had me questioning people's taste in the male species. You know, like I'm sitting there watching this video, and I'm like, what? Yeah, we're just gonna do that. All right. Oh shit! I gotta keep my mouth shut. I gotta keep my mouth shut. All right. We're gonna show you a couple pictures, though. All right. I'll play it. All right. I'll play it, but I'm gonna keep. I gotta keep the sound off. Okay. But let me show you a couple. I'm just like, at first, I'm like, should I even be seeing this? And then after that, I'm like, I gotta question these ladies' taste in men. Right? Right? I gotta question the, like, oh, I gotta, yeah, we're just gonna look at these pictures. I would. I really need to have a lounge show where we can just blah 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 blah, right? Over at the lounge. Here, if you're not, I'm gonna have to. Hold on, let me get the link for you if you guys. 1 second. Oh, this is too much because I have so much. I have. It's gonna be a comedy night. I got to do a lounge night one of these nights that I'm here. I gotta just here's the lounge channel if you want to sub. I One of these nights I just gotta sit back and give you a comedy straight up. The whole night, just straight comedy. Uh, we can't hear though. All right, and look at this beautiful picture. Yeah, we do. We definitely need a lounge night. That's for sure. A Patreon. That's the thing. Like, because everybody's like, man, how do you only have 14,000 subs? It's like you should have 50 or 100. I'm like, I just don't. I just focus on the work, man. That's it. I I have ideas for days. You all know how like shit just rolls off. Uh, I just don't have the time. I'm just so slammed with work. I just don't have the time to like sit down and do all that other stuff. I really am. I'm slammed. I can't wait until the day that I have an office and I have people like actually working with me. It's going to be one of these days. One of these days. Analytical ticket 38 sneaking in there. Yeah, lounge night soon. Seriously. I do a whole bunch of stuff over at the lounge. I do a whole bunch of different stuff. Play games. We watch shows. Talk, comedy. Coffee and comedy. All right. Yes, this is a beautiful photo. Also, I wanted to share this too with you guys because I thought this was a wonderful photo as well. This was at the protest today. What a beautiful uh, and this right here. This is dry eraser. Uh, Whatever that coating is, it's dry eraser, so you can rewrite over it and clean it off and write something else. But what a beautiful sign! Like this right here is where it folds in half. Now at the protest when we were there, they actually said, right, Jennifer? Oh, I need a lounge night. But during the protest, they actually said that because this was staked in the ground, uh, in the back, it had like some kind of pieces that go in the back and then it snaps together. And then shout out CJ Taylor if she's in chat. Double extra thank you. If you're on replay, CJ, double extra thank you. Not only CJ was so sweet, she brought me a cup of coffee this morning. Amazing because it was so cold out there. And also, she had some stakes that she put in the back of the little sign structure thing, so we were able to put it in the ground right there. But they came up and said that there was a yeah, CJ Taylor, shout out. Yeah, it was very sweet of her. You know, I didn't even. I love this community is so amazing. Um, but they said that the requirement was 26 or 24 by 36. I think it was what the measurements were. Um, and so she actually had to fold it back in half, but she still walked around and in the even though that the law enforcement even though the law enforcement made her fold it in half, uh, I think it was more than 36 inches wide, and they were like, we don't have a tape measure, you know, and they were giggling. So, um, you know, it was kind of cool. So shout out to them as well. But yeah, it's I thought this was a great picture too.
She's like, I want a warm cell. Yeah, there you go. Health problem.
It's so cool. Here, can I move this? No, I can't. There we go. Like she was holding the sign. Like she was holding the sign. Yeah, shout out to her. Yeah, so they made it look like she was holding the sign. It was kind of neat, and it lasted for a while, and then you know they had to fold it in half or whatever. So there's that. Let me see here. I think there was something else. Oh yeah, yeah, that's right. I was gonna play this video. I'm not playing the sound. Okay, I'm not gonna play the sound, but we will play. I'll just play the video here. Actually, you know what? Let me do this. I'll just mute it from this. Now this is the raw video. Whoa, okay. So right now, I don't even know if I can blow that up anymore. I don't think so. So right now, I'm gonna tell you what music is playing in the background, okay? Like I said, if you want to listen to it, it's uploaded earlier. This is part one. There's gonna be a part two. Now, what's playing on in the background here is some Nickelback. And I'm sitting there going, am I supposed to like should I even be seeing this? This is Nickelback jamming and you got you should I even be seeing Plastic Jesus singing Nickelback? Right? Should I even be seeing like to Nickelback? And what's even crazier is, yo, you wear this shit at home too? You wear this. I mean, hey, look, I okay, hey, in all fairness, I did wear my media hoodie. I'm wearing it right now. I did wear it at so I don't know. We wear our clothes home. I don't know. We wear our clothes home. But yeah, like I said, it's in the members only section if you want to listen to it. Yes, that's Nickelback. I don't know what's in that Coke. What's in that Coca-Cola? Oh shit, Lauren, I'm traumatized. I know. I'm sitting there going, if, uh, should I even be seeing this? Now we're going to talk to the puppy. What a cute puppy. What a cute puppy. Looking at him going, is this really a plastic Jesus, Dad? Yeah, that's what puppy was. Is this really a plastic Jesus, Dad? Oh, he's just like, I don't know what the hell's going on here. Like, is this really happening? That dog, the dog's looking like, is this really happening? Is this really happening? Baby, come here. She's probably sleeping. Oh shoot! Now, guess what? We got Nirvana on. We got "Smells Like Teen Spirit." Yeah, we got "Smells Like Teen Spirit" jamming in the background, and then you know what? He even turns it up crazy loud when iPhone glitch starts asking Jay's lovely wife about what she's gonna do tomorrow because he needs somebody to record for him. But before that, Krabby Courtney hops in and starts giving the rock hands to some Nirvana too. Uh, had to be a lot of fun. Had to be a lot of fun. Again, this is part one. We'll be coming out with part two in a little bit. I'm gonna tease you guys for a little bit. Uh, but what comes next after the video cuts off? What comes next? Oh, you don't want to miss. Look at that. Krabby Courtney's not crabby tonight. Yeah. Oh, I love Nirvana too. It's some of the first songs I used to learn how to play on the guitar when I was like 15. Yep, Nirvana Bleach album. Listened to Nirvana Bleach back then, instantly became a fan, and I wanted to learn every song on Nirvana's Bleach album. And those were some of the first songs that I learned on the guitar when I started to learn how to play back then. Yeah. So, yeah, it's a good story about Nirvana. Now he's like, because right here they're like saying, hey, hey, they're like, all of a sudden he turns it way up. He turns it way up. They're like, hey, turn it down. Because iPhone glitch was like, what are you doing tomorrow? Jay's lovely wife. She's like, I'm gonna be standing next to CJ, and then you hear some chatter. I'll let you guys listen to it. You know, like I said, I uploaded. I'll let you guys listen to it. But then she starts saying something about, maybe, am I gonna get a cease and desist after standing next to CJ, implying that maybe she's gonna get one too? And then all of a sudden, Plastic Jesus turns up the music real loud, and he says, and they're like, turn it down. Multiple people are telling him to turn it down, and he's like, I'm not gonna turn it down because if I turn it down, then I can hear what you guys are saying. It's like, what the hell is going on? Krabby Courtney's not so crabby tonight. Not so crabby tonight. Well, this was last night. This needs to be over at the lounge too, don't it? Not so crabby tonight. And this is who you're supposed to take seriously. I don't know Fred and Lori. All of a sudden they're talking about CJ. I gotta turn it up. Turn it down. Turn it down. Hey Jay, turn it down. Look at that. He's turning it up. Turning it up. Look at that. I'm like, should I even be seeing this? Plastic Jesus is singing Nirvana? What? I can't listen. If I turn it down, then I can hear what you're saying. What? I'm like, should I even be seeing this? Look at this. Should I even be seeing this? Should I even be seeing this? Should I even be seeing this? Part one. Oh, snap. Oh, it's too much. All right, let's get into what we're going to get into for tonight. Again, thank you all so much. Listen, if you want to hear it, it's over there. All right. It's on the other side of the fence if you want to hear it. So there you go. And I even gave you something. I even gave everybody something that the members didn't even get earlier. I gave this to you raw. We just didn't give. We just didn't. We didn't. Because this is what members get. All right. This is what members get. They get this screen cover. All right. That's what they get. But I gave you guys the straight raw, but no audio. If you want the audio, then uh, go watch the members only. And if you're just joining, you'll definitely want to rewind to the beginning of the intro. Crazy stuff, y'all. This world, it's crazy, y'all. It's crazy. There's something else with this world. I don't know. All right. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna play a conversation. Now this is a little snippet, about 7 minutes or so. It's a little snippet of so we were talking about JP's defamation lawsuit, and that's what we're gonna be getting into after this. Hold on, I gotta play this just a little bit because I gotta pause it. Watch this dog turn its head. This thing needs to be a GIF. Okay, watch the dog turn its head. Is this really happening? He just sits there, like turns and just looks at plastic Jesus like the dog is probably saying the same thing I was saying when I first seen it. Like, "Eh, should I even be seeing this? You know, let's let's rewind it real quick. Let's rewind now. Let's not get crabby Courtney in there. Let's rewind it a little bit because I want to do the voiceover for the puppy. Okay, I want to do the voiceover for the puppy. All right, so he's going like this. Watch this. Dad, is this really happening? Should should I even be seeing this? Should I should I even be is this real life? Is this really is are they standing in front is this real life? Yeah, it's real life, pups. I'm sorry about that. All right. So we're going to get into JP's defamation lawsuit. And this was about a 7 minute snippet of a conversation that took place. Now, like I was saying before, when we were out there, when we were out there, uh, gosh, I can't remember how many protests it was ago. It was a little while. That's when she came up behind us and, hey, CJ, and I was, oh, hey. And, I didn't hear the conversation. Okay. I don't know. I didn't really hear everything that she said. I really didn't hear the conversation. All I know is it literally pissed the F off of JP, and he filed a $6 million defamation lawsuit. Now, $6 million is crazy. It's a crazy amount. Needs more than that, Vivian. Needs more than that. But I do have to tell you,
I'm seeing that people are saying,
whoa. I have to tell you though, the people that reached out to me today, and the people that reached out to me today and thanked me for being there. Even somebody put a post on Facebook, thanked me for being there. not only to protect, but also to be there, um, for them, a voice for them when it comes to their comfort. Like we've been saying, from the first couple protests that I've been that I came to since I learned, because I listened to a lot of their stories, a lot of what's up, Veronica. I've listened to a lot of their stories over these months. I've been out here for almost 5 months now, you know, and there's been a lot of stories, a lot of people reaching out, a lot of stories in person, even with these protesters. And just after a couple weeks, it was really apparent that a lot of the people are survivors themselves, and so it was always important to make sure to be a voice if anybody is uncomfortable or uh, you know just not feeling protected, claustrophobic, in a way. And so I just want to say thank you to all you, and I'm so glad that you were able to, Patricia, even no trigger today. Yeah, like it was. I hope in Cherry, I don't even remember exactly what you said while we were at the protest when we were ending the show, but if you're in chat still, Cherry, and you remember what you typed, type it again, would you? Because it was very important when it came to the protest today. Uh, it was very important, and I apologize. I wish I could remember the word for word, but basically, isn't it kind of crazy? Uh, basically, how everything was peaceful and nobody got triggered. Uh, nobody was uncomfortable. It was a beautiful time, and so I just want to say thank you to you guys because I do. You guys mean a lot to me. I tell each one of you. I tell each one of you. I care about you like you're a sister or a mom or anybody. A family member. And that's the one thing about me is with the 150, you get a loyal ass dude. Period. It's either 150 or zero. Because I'm not one of those where fool me once, it's shame on you. After that, forget it. It's zero. Because I give everybody everything that I have. So if that doesn't make you want to give me the best you could give me when I give you the best I can give you, we just ain't got that time. Ain't got that time. All right. So here is a little bit of the conversation of why JP filed this $6 million defamation lawsuit about a month ago. And it's going to $6 million. It's going to be interesting to see how this unfolds too. Plus, there's a lot of other stuff going on in the background, so we'll see what happens with that. All right, here's some of the conversation here. No, you guys are amazing. Shoot. Is it going to play? What the heck? Oh, it's a good thing, Kylie, that they're not saying nothing. It's a good thing. It's like I've said, the week after they announced it, this is what I tell everybody. The week after they announced it, that means they were already digging into it already before. They don't announce it right when they first come across it. They do their digging because they don't want people to know. And when they become public, that just a week and a half after she passed. Think about it. Timeline. Just a week and a half after she passed, they come out to the public and say that they're opening up an investigation into the financials, right? A week and a half after. They're not going to announce, period, to the public until they want the person that they're investigating to know that they're looking at it. That's why you got to think about the timeline. That's why I've always said I feel like something was handed over the day after Micah passed away. They worked on it for a week and a half. Then they were done with what they could do and needed to let other people know that they were doing the investigation so that things might, you know? So when you're looking at the timeline, I mean, I feel you. I feel you, but trust me, fine wine takes hella time. Yeah, it's when they come out public, that means they've done what they could do. They want those people to know. Hey, right? You got to think about it. The conviction rate is crazy high, 98.5%, 98.5% conviction rate. It's gonna take a while. Like, if I'm being honest with you guys, I don't even know why people are saying something's gonna happen soon when it didn't even happen a month ago. I'm saying from back then, I'm saying probably a year or 2. Probably a year or 2, because there's a lot of spider webs. Think about it, with all those different things that are being discussed, right? Because if you're opening up one investigation, it might end up opening up other investigations too that you have to keep, it might even be that long, Patricia. It literally, I'm saying two to three. I'm gonna give you a fair estimate. 2 to 3 is what I'm thinking. But at least a year. At least a year. I don't There's a lot of people that are listen, you and this is important because this is not something that I promote. I don't sit there and tell people that I'm working with this whatever. Okay. That shit's in the background. Okay. You literally could call the FBI every single day and you could get on a platform and say, I'm working with the FBI. When all you need to do is call up and say, "Is there any new updates today?" No? Okay, thank you. Click. Now, there's some people that do that. Call, hang up, click, and then tell you on camera, "Yeah, I talked to the FBI today." I'm sorry. Oh, it's crazy. What's up, Sally 94? All right, now listen to this. We're gonna check this out. This is 7 minutes or something. This is that Melissa. Uh, what's her last name? Oh my gosh, Merrick. Oh my lord, what is her last name? Yeah, they do. They take their time. They definitely do. You got to think about it, you guys. Think about think about it. The trafficking. Think about. Think about what it could be possibly with that huge spider web. You're talking trafficking. You're talking financial crimes. You're talking document crimes, legal documents that could then be brought in when it comes. Yes, thank you, Jill Mancari. Um, yeah, you got all sorts of different avenues that it could go. Thank you so much, Jill. Appreciate that. All right, so here's about 7 minutes snippet here. It's going to start sometime, hopefully. What the heck?
I'm seeing that people are saying, why does Winslow keep representing him? Y'all, one of the things that he said when he was face to face with me, and I mean like inches face to face with me, he's like, Tom Winslow sent me over here. Tom Winslow sent me to question you. I was like, all right, I got his cell phone number. Let's ask him. I know Tom Winslow very well. I have his cell phone number. So I text Tom Winslow and I have those text messages. And I asked him, I said, JP's over here, he's doing X, Y, and Z. Gave him the whole story. I said that he's doing it by saying that you sent him. He's using you as his cover for his actions today. I will tell you guys, like, I know Tom Winslow maybe has not made the best choices or maybe has a friendship with somebody that he shouldn't, but I do not believe he's involved in Micah's death. I believe he's involved in other, maybe helping a friend too much. But he was horrified by what JP did 2 days ago. Mm-hmm. And not only did he confirm that he did not send them, he told me very detailed that he is no longer representing JP.
So she's saying this is somebody that works next to Winslow's office. This was, oh my gosh, Joe put it up there too. Hold on, here we go. I'm going to star this comment because I'm going to forget her last name some more. Melissa Mancari. This is a conversation that took place a while ago. I'm just playing it because it's in reference to what we're going through tonight when it comes to the Fitz news conversation. Talking about the defamation lawsuit that JP filed against this lady. Now, I'm not sure. I remember her a little bit from when I met her. Hey CJ, I'm like, hey, I don't know. Yeah, that's Melissa. Who's Melissa? I didn't see the conversation. You know what I'm saying? But I did hear it later on. But at the time, I was Lumber River, going to different spots. This stuff, I was out there working. So I didn't have time to watch that conversation or whatever, but I did check it out later and I was like, holy hell. What the hell? So since we're going through the Fitz news thing tonight, I figured we would just go ahead and play this from a while ago. Now, she said that he was mad. Winslow was mad at JP 2 days before. Let's rewind it a little bit.
In like inches. And again, y'all, one of the things that he said when he was face to face with me, and I mean like inches face to face with me, he's like, Tom Winslow sent me over here. Tom Winslow sent me to question you.
So he came over there threatening. What's up, Carrie? He came over there threatening, according to her, Melissa, within inches. Okay, you're talking like right here. Threatening her, saying that Tom had sent him over there to question her. Now, she already has Tom's contact information.
It's like, all right, I got his cell phone number. Let's ask him. I know Tom Winslow very well. I have his cell phone number. So I text Tom Winslow and I have those text messages. And I asked him, I said, JP's over here, he's doing X, Y, and Z. Gave him the whole story. I said that he's doing it by saying that you sent him. He's using you as his cover for his actions today. I will tell you guys, like, I know Tom Winslow maybe has not made the best choices or maybe has a friendship with somebody that he shouldn't, but I do not believe he's involved in Micah's death. I believe he's involved in other, maybe helping a friend too much. But he was horrified by what JP did 2 days ago.
Mhm.
And not only did he confirm that he did not send them, he told me very detailed that he is no longer representing JP.
So Winslow, according to her, got mad at JP because JP sent something he didn't want to be sent, and now he's no longer, according to her, no longer representing JP. 101, thank you very much. Isn't it crazy? You know who's representing Plastic Jesus? Look it up, people. It's kind of interesting.
He said that he was helping him with probate and finishing that up, and he was done. He's not helping him with these new lawsuits. He's not helping him with some other things that were going on. He's done. So I think Tom Winslow is really seeing the depth now, and he doesn't want any part of it.
Wouldn't he? Okay, this is my biggest question. If you're Tom Winslow, when the FBI comes and talks to you in the very beginning, that should have been your, okay, I just seen the depth. Right? When the FBI comes and talks to you and asks you questions, that should have been a sign, right?
I think Tom Winslow is really seeing the depth now, and he doesn't want any part of it. I'm not saying he's an angel man by any means. I have no idea what his level of involvement is. I'm just telling you right here, right now, he's done. And he's physically told me that. He's also told John Paul that he's not welcome at that office anymore.
Man, not welcome at the office anymore. What pissed off Winslow so much that JP put out there that he would say, I'm done? Well, there's a connection, Lauren. You'll see what I mean.
And then, as y'all saw the lovely Facebook post that Tom Winslow posted the day after that, I think he's, it's pretty clear he's done.
Mhm. And can you tell them what the text message or the message that he sent you and a few other people, or a few people about you, saying that don't worry, her boss says that she's gonna let her go and this and that, and your boss did not say that at all.
Oh, he used a.
So she's gonna say that he also did some phone hacking and sent her a message to made it look like it was her boss, but it really wasn't.
To recreate her phone number.
Now, this is just a little part of it. They've been out for a long time. I'm just playing a little bit, and then we're going to get into the Fitz news. Just a little teeny bit of background.
And then sent it out basically saying that, oh, if she speaks, she won't work here anymore, or however it was worded. I really have to look at it because I'm paraphrasing right now. But basically kind of what you said. And my boss is like, I never sent that. This is not me, and I'm like, I know it's not you. JP is the king of AI generating things, making fake text messages, using burner phones. I mean, come on now. This has been something he's been doing for months. So, yes, he tried to make a fake text message, tried to make it look like and appear that it came from her, and it did not.
Mm-hmm.
And his attorney tried to allude to that. I said, he sure did. Message tried to make it look like and appear that it came from her, and it did not.
You that you couldn't talk about your tires.
He sure did. He also told us not to talk to the FBI.
Mm-hmm.
And his attorney tried to allude to that. I said, like I told you, I'm not going to not talk about it if he's going to continue his actions. He doesn't want anybody to talk about him. Don't give us anything to talk about.
Right.
They kept trying to make me promise, and I was like, no, I can't promise you that, because if he so much as steps foot in the office, does something stupid, harassing, sends a text message, guess what? I'm talking.
Mm-hmm.
So, no, we don't have a deal.
Oh. Yo. All right. So we're going to get into this Fitz News episode where they're going to discuss it. Love Fitz News. Fitz News does such an amazing job with their information, their investigations, and also their material, because a lot of people do use Fitz News a lot more than what you think, and also Fitz News doesn't get the credit that I think they deserve because there are other people out there that put it out there like they are releasing the information. Really, it really is just Fitz News. So here's the link to Fitz News. If you're not subscribed, please go do so, because they do an amazing job. Okay, so this is the new lawsuit, $6 million. We're going to go into the articles as well, and I'll share all the links for the articles that we're going to go into this evening. All right, so there's Fitz News. Here's the link to the video, and we're going to check out what they're going to say about this. This is crazy. $6 million. I'm like, damn, $6 million. That's crazy amount.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Fitz News Studios. I am Will Folks, the owner, founding editor of this media outlet, and your host for the Week in Review. A ton to cover this week. We've got a big update in the Micah Miller saga, a lawsuit filed by John Paul Miller, the pastor at the center of this saga. Who is he suing? How much for? Jen Wood and I are going to walk you through all of those details. We've also got a Murdoch update on some juror files that the state of South Carolina seems insistent on keeping under wraps. Why is that the case? We're going to talk about it. Also, Jen has an update in a tragic case out of Clemson, South Carolina. It's the 10th year anniversary of the death of Tucker Hips, a fraternity student at Clemson. His story is going to blow your mind. We're going to walk you through it and all the latest in that sad situation out of Clemson. Dylan Nolan and I are also going to sit down for a big political update. We've got a resignation in the South Carolina House of Representatives that's tied to an investigation. All at this point, we don't know which investigation. We're going to walk you through the crazy case of Marvin Pendarvis. Dylan and I are also going to talk about the latest in the 2024 presidential election
Damn, that's a lot, man. In this 53-minute episode, you're out of your damn mind. Holy hell, and I'm skipping part of it. Woo!
So we're going to start this segment with Jen Wood discussing the latest on the Micah Miller saga. Jen, we talked on several episodes of this show about how there are multiple fronts related to this story. There's the criminal front, the civil front, the legislative front. It's been a little quiet on some of those fronts over the last week or two, but we got a big bit of news this week coming from John Paul Miller, the embattled pastor who has been the focus of significant attention, suspicion, skepticism, derision, all sorts of stuff in the aftermath of the suspected suicide. Again, I'm going to refer to it thusly, of his wife back in late April. John Paul filed a libel defamation lawsuit, a harassment lawsuit also this week. But it wasn't against a member of the media, was it, Jen? Who was the target of John Paul's legal action?
So John Paul Miller filed this lawsuit in Horry County against a woman named Melissa Mancari, who worked as a paralegal in a law firm that was in the same building as his attorney's office.
So she worked in the same building. Now, oh my gosh, there's so much that, so, you know, I try and call out the hot dog steaks early, I really do. Because if I'm looking out in the pasture and I'm like, damn, I just saw a wolf, and then I tap you on the shoulder and I say, hey, community member, I just seen a wolf over there. I don't want you to get hurt. Now, oh, never mind. We'll do that. We'll do that on members only. We'll go more into that on a members only. I'm just trying to look. I called out the hot dog steak errand boy a long ass time ago. There's more to all this. We'll do it on a on a members only.
Tom Winslow. It was an interesting week in this case.
You said worked, so this is did she get fired? What happened? Why does she not work there anymore?
I'm hearing all different stories regarding their split, her end of employment there, but I have heard that, it was amicable parting, and I've also heard that she was let go by her employer.
Damn. Let go by her employer. Because you know what? Listen, let's be honest. You work at a company. You work at a company, some shit goes down, and this is part of it, Patricia. You work at a company, some shit goes down, you know what they're gonna do. Hey, IT person, come on down. Yes, what can I help you with? We need you to go through the whole fucking computer. The emails. You know what I'm saying? They're going to go through everything. Everything, especially a law office. You out of your damn mind. Hey, guess what? Here's a sneaky tip. Uh-oh. Spaghetti-o.
Okay, but we got nothing definitive on that, so I guess we'll wait and see what comes of her employment status. But walk us through this lawsuit. Is she the only one sued by John Paul?
She is the only one sued. So she had done some interviews with two content creators, Robbie Harvey and a woman named Steph, who does she has a TikTok and a YouTube account where she discusses true crime cases. So she had done interviews with both Robbie and this woman named Stephanie regarding, her experience.
Was I gonna talk to her? Could I have talked to her? Yes. I was like, "Ee." I'm just being honest. Ee. Right?
Experience with John Paul Miller, with Robbie Harvey.
It's not about the clickbait view, it's not the clickbait shit over here. I don't need to be first, and I certainly don't need to be yikes. No, thank you. Because all that shit, excuse me, all that shit went, it got pulled off the shelves real quick. I was like, I don't even listen. When I see some boiling hot water, I'm not dipping my toes in it. I'm not.
Claim that
Not happening.
Prior to Micah's death, he had approached her firm for representation. And then she had been one of the individuals, not the only individual, but one of the individuals who was taking photos of his truck because she was one of the people who said she had noticed it was changing in appearance every time she saw it. So she was kind of trying to figure out what was.
Huh. Doesn't this sound familiar? Hey, a few months ago. Hey, community member. Look, there's a wolf out there. Listen, you gotta. I'm not gonna tell you, but it'll tell you. You listen to the evidence, okay? Listen to the evidence. Think about the timeline. Think about what CJ was saying back then, trying to give y'all hints. Here's some more Easter eggs, I'm telling you. But in a members live, oh yeah, we'll have a lot to talk about.
Experience with John Paul Miller. With Robbie Harvey, she claimed that prior to Micah's death, he had approached her firm for representation. And
oh no, I'm not talking RH. I'm talking hey, community member a couple months ago. Yeah, you see that wolf out there? Uh-huh.
Then she had been one of the individuals, not the only individual, but one of the individuals who was taking photos of his truck because she was one of the people who said she had noticed it was changing in appearance every time she saw it. So she was kind of trying to figure out what was going on with that truck, taking pictures of it. And then that's when things kind of, when those reports came out, including the report from us on that transforming truck, that's when things, she says, it appeared to hit the fan with John Paul. And she did an interview with this staff woman that he had come into their office and basically threatened her and her boss.
So Robbie Harvey's story airs detailing the questions about John Paul Miller manipulating the appearance of his truck.
Mm-hmm.
And that story was significant because if accurate, some of the claims in that reporting would call into question the integrity of John Paul Miller's alibi for the time his wife died. So obviously that was a significant development, and certainly Robbie Harvey, who has, again, done great work on the story. I mean, I don't want to call him in question here. I think he's done a great job advancing a lot of key components of the Micah Miller narrative. But this particular source, Jen, I want to discuss briefly some takes on her credibility, because you spoke with this source. This source actually came to us on the record. And again, we're very protective of sources here. We don't share information unless they tell us to, but this was a on the record conversation. Am I correct?
Yeah, we had actually done an interview about her experience when she alleged that John Paul went into the office where she worked. And she was, clearly very upset, very frightened. She claimed to have experienced some very interesting things, but in the end, I just didn't feel as though I had seen enough evidence to substantiate her claims. And with the story, it's one of those stories where, you've really got to be careful because.
Yeah, it sounds like, hey, you got anything good for me you got anything good for me today? The game of telephone, y'all. Whew. Yikes. Hey, we need to watch that again sometime. But that's the thing. I'm not. Excuse me. Well, you see the toxicity and the hate that they're doing towards me, right? Of course they're going to do that towards anybody. And that's probably the reason, cuz I don't do the toxic shit towards other people that do it to me, and I don't do it to people that don't do it to me. You know what I mean? So maybe that's why. Maybe that's why, but yeah, you can't embellish. You can't embellish. You can't embellish. It's dangerous.
There's just all manner of speculation and, claims being made. And I told her, I really.
That's damn straight, because I was like, I'm going to wait until he takes a bite before I take one. You saw that, Patricia? Because I wasn't saying anything. That's how I made sure I played it out. Like, oh, okay. And I'm going to sit there. Well, yeah, because, hey, you never know.
Felt for her. I understood her fear, but, unless there was more information she could provide me to substantiate what she was telling me, I wasn't comfortable proceeding with the interview.
Yeah, so she gave the interview. You requested some follow-up documentation.
Mm-hmm.
That was not forthcoming. And on the basis of that, you made the decision, hey, we probably shouldn't run this.
See what I'm saying? What did CJ do? You see what I'm saying? You got people that have a hell of a lot more followers and viewers than moi, and they're out there doing the clickbait shit. Here, clickbait, 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 clickbait. I came across it. I was like, you see the difference? Do you see the difference, people? Me, Fitz News, we do it the same way, y'all. Think about it. Watch your Fitz News. Watch how I give you information. Watch how I tell you what's going on in the background. Watch them. It's the same approach. Those other ones, clickbait. Yikes.
Right.
Looks like that may have been the right decision, but again,
Hey!
Let me ask you this. So John Paul Miller is suing this particular paralegal for what, $6 million? Do we have some sense that Melissa has $6 million laying around?
I feel very, very comfortable speculating that she does not.
Hey, if you do, hook me up with an RV, right? It's for a good cause.
Okay. Well,
shoot.
Interestingly, though, none of the media outlets or I don't know if the TikTok interviewer, some of these TikTokers, I mean, they do amazing work and great work. I don't want to dog them out, but neither of the interviewers, their media holdings or entities are being sued. It's just this woman, correct? Is that
correct?
Strike you as odd?
I thought it was very interesting, a very interesting choice to make. I don't want to encourage him to file lawsuits. But, I think, especially Robbie, I haven't watched all of.
Man, she looks nervous talking about it too. Look at her, you guys. She looks nervous. She looks nervous talking about it. She's like, can we just get through this segment real quick, please?
The other woman's interviews yet, but especially with Robbie, he's very cautious about how he words things.
Really? That motherfucker put out a video that had my name all over it, and it was fake as shit, and dude didn't react it or even reach out. You're out of your fucking mind. I'm sorry. Whoops.
things. And, honestly, I don't know that John Paul really wants to get into the discovery that would come along with a civil lawsuit against somebody with more resources.
Interesting. Well, we know a little bit about this situation. Oh, and by the way, one thing real quick, Jen, before we move off of this paralegal and the legal action filed against her, there were some reports that she had indicated that Fitz News had somehow offered to pay her for her story. I want to go ahead and clear that up. We don't do that, folks. First of all, we ain't got the budget for it, Jen. I mean, I think we're
not in the budget. Yeah, no. And that was, secondhand reports that.
Yeah, like supposedly I got a new bodyguard. One of the protesters' husbands came up to me and he's like, I guess apparently I'm your bodyguard now. And I was like, sorry, bro, I ain't got the funds to pay you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Did I hire a bodyguard? No. But if hey, I ain't got the funds to pay you, man. I'm sorry.
She had asked somebody to pull her interview with them down because we were compensating her for her interview, and no,
right.
Like it's not. I do not have any sort of budget for that kind of thing.
Right.
She just said what? She was telling other people what?
First of all, we ain't got the budget for it, Jen. I mean, I think we're
not in the budget. Yeah, no. And that was, secondhand reports that she had asked somebody to pull her interview with them down because we were compensating her for her interview. And
Isn't that crazy? Because that's when somebody sent me some shit a long ass time ago. Guess what? These are coming down here, CJ. Thank you. Thank you. Like I said, we ain't gonna listen to the whole thing. You know what I mean? We're out of respect. You know what I'm saying? Out of respect, I just gave you a little snippet. Just gave you a little snippet. But out of respect for all parties,
no,
right.
Like it's not. I do not have any sort of budget for that kind of thing.
Right. We certainly don't have a budget
Nor
for interviews
would
we
we.
don't air. Right.
What's up, bodyguard?
If we air them, okay, maybe we'll
What's
get
up,
your
bodyguard?
hotel or something. I don't
Appreciate
know. But
you.
certainly we don't pay folks for interviews. That's just not the way we do things. Some outlets do that. Maybe we should. I don't know. We'll have to look in the rate of return on some of that stuff. But at the end of the day, that allegation is not true. So I don't know where it came from or who made it. But at no point did we ever offer this woman anything for this interview, which again, we never aired. So, but it's just a fascinating component. This story, Jen, continues to just attract all kinds of scrutiny and speculation. And this lawsuit by John Paul Miller, just raising the bar. I think personally, again, I'm going to just throw my 2 cents in on why it was filed. I think he's trying to put people on notice. His attorneys have said before, we're going to sue folks who make these statements. I think this particular target is an easy target, so to speak.
Yeah, when you're making clickbait and you're rolling with, that's why me and Fitz News, yay! I didn't even like sit down and take the time because I heard some of this stuff and I was like, yikes. Now, maybe I know law more than the average person or something. Maybe. Maybe. I mean, I did have to represent myself when I got full custody. I was my own lawyer and I won. I don't know. I'm just like, hey, yeah. I don't need to be first. Don't need to be first. And I don't need the clickbait bullshit. Because credibility is number one. I don't need to be the first one to make it across. Because just because you make it across doesn't mean you got what it takes to keep going after that. The hare and the tortoise.
To speak, I think we've established. I don't think she's got massive resources anywhere. I think it's a sort of warning, like a shot across the bow of folks like us, even. But we'll have to see. I don't know how it's going to play out. Jen, any updates on the legal action going the other way? We are still awaiting numerous civil filings against John Paul Miller. And obviously, there's that pending federal investigation, the criminal inquiry into John Paul Miller. Any status update on those two fronts?
Not a lot of updates on either front. Unfortunately, I do feel very confident that the civil filings will be coming sometime in the very near future. And I can't talk a lot about what I know in relation to those, but I do think once those filings come, people are going to definitely see why we've been continuously pursuing this story.
Well, not just us. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody. I mean, this story's just been huge. And in fact, I don't think John Paul Miller ever expected it to get this big. I think he thought it would be a local thing, die down after a couple of weeks, but absolutely that was a miscalculation on his part. But one real quick thing before we move off this, Jen, Pastor Miller, that invitation is open to you. We have asked several times to have you sit down with us. We'll even give you the questions in advance, man. I don't try to ambush people. We'll let you know what we want to ask, let you think about your answers. But anytime you're ready to sit down and talk about any facet of this case, that invitation is open. These mics are always open for.
Same here, bro. Same here, bro. And I'll sit. Hey, get it. Listen right now. Whenever it may be, because this is what I'm thinking. All right, you get 2 lawn chairs. Let's get 2 lawn chairs. Let's here. Let me bring up the map real quick. Let me bring up the map because I'm going to give you guys the visual here. All right. All right. This is what I'm talking. This is what I'm talking right here. Okay. Mics are open. Always willing to sit down and have a conversation. I'm talking, let's sit down on a couple lawn chairs right here in this middle walkway. Right? 2 lawn chairs, maybe a little fire pit, maybe a little fire pit. 2 lawn chairs because it is kind of chilly. It's a little chilly. I mean, seriously, I'm chilly. I'm chilly here. And it's supposed to be the beach. I don't understand. I don't get it. But couple lawn chairs. Let's sit out in front of Solid Rock. You know what I'm saying? Let's sit out in front of Solid Rock. We'll set up the cameras. Be part of the editing, whatever. Sit down in front of Solid Rock. I think that would be awesome. I think that'd be sweet. So anytime is just like Fitz News.
For anyone with an intelligent take on the stories we cover. Speaking of those stories, Jen, I want to switch gears. There was a filing this past week in connection with Alec Murdaugh's big bid
I wish
to have his conviction for the murder of his wife.
I wish. All right, so they're going to be talking Murdaugh. Let me see here. Now, let's go to these articles here real quick. It's going to take me forever because I have so many bookmarks. It's crazy. I wish. Trust me. I wish I had. Because it's so crammed. It really is. My trunk is stuffed. My back seat's stuffed. It was already stuffed, and then baby Angel's in there now, so it's like extra stuffed, and if I want to take a nap or sleep in the car, I got to sleep in the front seat. I can't even move shit around to try and get some kind of sleep in the back, which never really happened anyway. It's so small. Let me see. All right, so right here, here's the first article, and here's the link. Again, here's the link for the Fitz News episode if you want to save that for yourself. So here's that first. All right, and then let's blow this up. Sorry, I don't have my studio set up, so everything's kind of. I love the Volkswagen vans. I was wanting to get one in the beginning of the year, because my profession, before I was doing all this, my profession was auto detail, and worked for a lot of high end clients. And I was like, man, I'd love to get a VW van from back then, make it look nice, and take it to car shows. And then also, while I have it in the car shows, I would have a booth set up for the local missing people in the area to bring awareness. So, whatever area I would go to or whatever car show I would go to, I would also have a booth next to the car or van, highlighting missing people's cases in their area, as well. In the other cases, stuff that we cover, just to try and bring awareness, kind of like show up for a car show, but CJ's sneaking in. Hey, have you heard and seen these missing people? One of those, the two birds, one stone, But no, it never ended up working out. But who knows? Maybe one day. All right. So here's the link to this article, if you want to have it for yourself. Now, here, let me put me. What if I go up here in the middle? That's good. We'll just do it like that. All right. So JP sues paralegal for $6 million, claiming she slandered and libeled him on YouTube and TikTok. A Myrtle Beach pastor, at the center of News 13 investigative series after wife's cell phone unaliving in April, is suing a paralegal for $6 million, alleging that she slandered and libeled him on YouTube and TikTok. JP, pastor of Solid Rock Church in the Market Common, filed the lawsuit against Melissa Mancari in Horry County Common Pleas on Monday. It seeks $5 million in punitive damages and $1 million in actual damages. That's a lot. The lawsuit also seeks an injunction to prevent Mancari from making false statements about Miller and to require her to remove all derogatory comments from her social media platforms. Mancari made an appearance on RH. She claimed to have spoken with Miller months prior on the phone, saying that he sought marital legal advice and told her he wanted to destroy his late wife, Micah. Yikes. Yikes. Defendant then went on in the interview proclaiming that she believed that plaintiff either unalived his wife or had a role in it. The lawsuit claims, adding that neither of which is true. Then on August 31st, Mancari made another social media appearance for the sole purpose of defaming and destroying the reputation of the plaintiff. According to the lawsuit, Mancari appeared on a TikTok account for a two-part interview that the lawsuit claims was for the sole purpose of proliferating the false and harmful claims about the plaintiff. Man, yeesh. That's the same one that said, CJ must not be taking his right medicine. I, what kind of medicine you talking about, lady? I don't know what you're talking about. In the lawsuit, Miller claims that in the months before the interview, he saw posts of videos and photos of himself taken from a location adjacent to his attorney's office. Hello? Who had those pictures? The Winslow law firm. The lawsuit said Miller stopped in the office to ask who might have been constantly harassing him every time he visited his attorney because, certain people, multiple people, were getting photos. One person even said, "Hey, I just showed up and look, I took a photo out of a window of JP's truck." And everybody was going, "That doesn't look like his house window. That doesn't look like outside the window of his house. How did he know that JP was going to be going there?" Hmm. Remember a few months ago, hey, you guys, I see that wolf over there. On September 7th, Mankari appeared on TikTok again. The lawsuit claims Mankari made the appearance to publish her false and defamatory statements about plaintiff. During the 90-minute interview, Mankari claimed that Miller had appeared at her place of employment and that while there, he threatened her. The lawsuit says Miller was released from his ministerial functions in early May, and then they go in. They reached out to Mankari through TikTok on Thursday afternoon. She responded, "I haven't been served with anything, and without seeing it firsthand directly from the source, I truly cannot comment." There's a whole bunch of stuff. They do that at CrimeCon. I don't go to CrimeCon because it's way too fucking expensive, and I would rather use that money for going to communities to help. So, I mean, I know it's like a big shindig and all that other stuff, but um, I'd rather just be out there working. Um, I'd like to have a CJ, you know, CJ Con night. Like we all kick it, and I can throw a party for you guys or something. But other than that, I just I don't know. Yeah, that's what it was. It was I was looking for a Westphalia. Yeah, yeah. Did the lady with the funny glasses say what? What are you talking about? I don't know. Is that hippie? Is that the yeah. Yeah, the Westphalia. Westphalia. Kid Kitty says Westphalia. It's French. No, it's not. It's German. Okay, let's see what the next article is real quick. Give me one moment. It takes so long. And I'm probably not going to get through. I'm probably not going to get through a lot of the stuff that I wanted to talk about tonight. It's already 10. And I apologize about bumping it back. Just had an important phone call I needed to take. Very important phone call. And uh, good news, and send your vibes my way, please. We might have something else for you guys coming soon as well, on top of the other stuff. So send me your positive vibes and your finger crossing. Okay, let me see here. Suit. The Sun News. They're the ones that. Yes, here we go. I wanted to share this one with you guys. The Sun News. Here's the link for this article. There's a couple more, and we won't go through those. But there's more out there. I'm going to go through this one. This is the Sun News. We all know the Sun News. If you don't know the Sun News, they're the ones that just they ain't interested in what everybody. Uh, when you're talking about reporting both sides, I'm sorry, I've witnessed it in person multiple times. They're not reporting from both sides. They're not. They're just not. So we're going to check out this one real quick and see what they have to say. Myrtle Beach pastor John Paul Miller files suit against paralegal. He's seeking $6 million. Hey, we can listen to it for 1 minute. All right, here we go.
Myrtle Beach pastor John Paul Miller files suit against paralegal. He's seeking $6 million. John Paul Miller, the former pastor of Solid Rock Church and husband of now deceased Micah Miller, filed a libel lawsuit against a Myrtle Beach area woman for saying Miller was involved in Micah's death. For damages, Miller is requesting $6 million, and for Melissa Moncari, the defendant, to delete all content related to him, according to the court complaint. In late April, Micah Miller committed suicide in a North Carolina state park. Following her death, rumors that her husband abused Micah began circulating due to social media posts by Micah before she died and from her family after she died. This sparked a hashtag Justice for Micah movement that is attempting to bring awareness to domestic violence. Miller has denied abusing Micah and having a role in her death. He declined to comment Wednesday on the suit. Moncari also did not wish to comment on Wednesday. The suit, filed on September 16, states that Moncari spoke with Robbie Harvey on his YouTube channel, which has over 100,000 subscribers, about her experiences with Miller as a paralegal at an unnamed law firm. An employee from Sarah E. Watley Family Court attorney said Moncari is no longer employed with the company. In the interview, she told Harvey that when working as a paralegal, John...
Sponsor message, then we're back.
Here at Terminex, we know pests inside and out. With specialized training, cutting-edge technology, and the strongest guarantee in the Southeast, we've kept homes and businesses pest-free for over 75 years. Schedule your free inspection today for $50 off your initial pest service by visiting www.trustterminix.com. Terminex, we work with pests so you don't have to.
John Paul called the firm asking for marital legal advice, the complaint stated. She said John Paul told her he wanted to destroy his wife and was seeking an attorney that would help pursue the endeavor. She also spoke about how she believes John Paul either killed Micah or had a role in her death. Woo! Micah's death was ruled a suicide and John Paul was in Charleston the day of her death, according to police.
Oh, my Lord.
Moncari also went on Steph's Case Files, a TikTok account, and said John Paul was an abusive husband and is responsible for his wife's death, again citing her encounters with him as a paralegal. John Paul also alleges that Moncari has been filming him coming in and out of his lawyer's office and posting the videos online, the suit says. John Paul confronted Moncari about the videos. Moncari went on TikTok again, saying that John Paul harassed her at work, which he refutes in the lawsuit. In the lawsuit, John Paul states that Moncari has knowingly made false statements on social media and to individuals and this harmed his and his family's overall safety. For damages, Miller is requesting $6 million and for Moncari to remove all social media posts related to John Paul. This story was originally published September 18, 2024, 10:08 a.m.
Thanks for listening.
Oh shoot! I almost had to bring up the intermission screen and grab yourself a snack. Right? All of a sudden, we're talking about Terminex. I'm like, what the hell? What am I supposed to do? I don't know. We'll just throw up the intermission screen real quick. Commercial. Sorry. We'll be right back in 2 and 2. 2 and 2. Oh, my Lord. All right. So there's that. Yeah, all that hard work this whole time. For 2 hours, I've been doing really good with those keywords. And all of a sudden, listening to that 1.5-minute clip just made it go from $12 to $2. Sweet. Oh, the whole time I was doing so good. And then I had to mess up and play the audio version. So next time when CJ comes across that play button, he's just going to go, nope, let's just read it. Let's just read it. Did they say former? I don't. Okay, Tanya, I can't play it. Okay. You know what? I mean, we already went there.
Listening. Here is something else you might like.
I want to relist.
TGI Fridays closes North Myrtle Beach and Myrtle.
No, I'm not interested in TGI. Huh?
Myrtle Beach pastor John Paul Miller files suit against.
No, Myrtle Beach pastor. Myrtle Beach. They said for. Okay, hold on. Wait, listen. They already effed it up for me, and I just said effed it up, and I could have said the whole word. All right, we're already here. Fuck it.
Paralegal. He's seeking $6 million. John Paul Miller, the former pastor of Solid Rock Church and husband of now deceased Micah Miller.
Oh, it says it right here too. Duh. The former. What? Hold on. When? September 18th. Sun News. I'm telling you, Sun News. I've seen it multiple times in person while I've been out here. I'm not surprised. Yeah, the former pastor. So, back on September 18th, 2024, while they're announcing JP seeking a $6 million defamation lawsuit, the former pastor You know what's crazy today? Is I was like, this backup has been showing up for a while. And then today, nobody shows up. The signs, I brought this up earlier. The signs were ripped off. The signs were ripped off, the front and the on the front of the church, and then also the sign out front, right? Hold on. No, I still see it there. When was that? 10/7? I'm trying to find the pictures. I don't even know where they're at. The signs are still up there. Let me see. 10/10. 10/11. Okay, here we go. We'll share this. So, former pastor. See, you got. That's what the sign looks like. This was, I don't know, a couple weeks ago or something. And then you got the spray paint over here. That's spray paint. They use spray paint. Yeah, Gucci belt guy. That's who it was. Gucci belt guy, right? So when I'm there today, and I'm like, this is weird. It's like Gucci belt guy, because I haven't seen him wear a Gucci belt yet. That was the first weekend I seen a Gucci belt. That was the first weekend I saw a Gucci belt. I don't know if anybody else saw the Gucci belt. I saw the Gucci belt. I gotta go through my footage to give you guys a screenshot of the Gucci belt. But I brought this up earlier at the protest. I was like, the signs have been okay. Think about it like this, right? The signs get ripped, ripped off, ripped down. Okay, signs get ripped down, right? At least by the next weekend, at least by the next weekend, you're probably going to have some kind of replacement up there, right? You're going to have some, even if it's a banner, you're going to have some kind of replacement, right? And then, and then when it comes to the side, the entrance, they always had those orange signs, welcome to Solid Rock, right after they took all this down. Welcome to Solid Rock. The other one, I don't remember what it said. I'd have to go to my footage to see what it said. So this weekend, this is what was weird, and this is why I brought it up at the protest today, because I was like, this is weird. Nothing's been done with these signs, and the orange signs at the entrance are gone now too. And somebody wasn't showing up. Now, I've been hearing two different things from the community. I've been hearing from the community, people that live right there, people that go, used to go, telling me repaint and a rename. They couldn't find a buyer before. Is this possibly a new buyer? Is the person that's coming with him, are they possibly, you see what I'm saying? The biggest thing to me was that, look, man, it's been how long? What is the date on this? 10/11 and 10/11. It's been 16 days. 16 days it's been, since 17 days. Because I remember Lauren, shout out Lauren, sent me a photo. CJ, have you seen this? I was like, what? What? I thought it was fake. I thought it was fake shit. At first, I had to literally examine the photo and be like, yeah, you can't duplicate this part right here because of this structure and all this other stuff. I examined the hell out of that photo and I went, damn, that photo is legit. So it's been almost 3 weeks since this stuff has been done. Normally, you're not going to take this stuff down unless you have a replacement coming very soon after, right? It definitely looks like they are renaming. It does, don't it? It does. And isn't it kind of interesting how the signs at the entrance slash exit, isn't it kind of interesting how they're not out there and somebody else isn't out there and put me in coach, I'm ready to play today, is in there preaching? I don't know. You just gotta, you look at what's in front of you and you make whatever kind of tacos you can make. And damn, tacos sound good. Ooh. But this is what I'm saying. It's been almost 3 weeks. Listen, you want people to know, right? You're not gonna leave it empty. You're not gonna leave it empty. You're not gonna change it until you have a replacement sign. Also, when you look at the signs through the entrance slash exit, what's not there anymore? Who wasn't there today? Mm, very interesting stuff. Cheesy gordita crunch. Oh. That sounds so good. That sounds so good. All right. Now, what I do, what are we looking on time here? 1:55. Mm, you know what? Let's I want to check out this video about the money laundering. We'll get into the Randall family in the next show. We'll get into the Randall family on the next one. I think I'm gonna try and I got work to do tomorrow. And I think I might try and do like a midday, early afternoon. I might try. Just depends on when I get done with my stuff tomorrow. Um, I'm gonna try and have a couple hours Sebastian show. And then we'll still be talking about Micah. And also I'm gonna be doing some Amber shows as well. Because I got a lot of work in the background on Amber stuff this week. But I do want to have some shows on that too. So we'll be doing a show on that soon as well. But we'll talk we'll talk more about the Randall family in the next show here. I'm gonna do this money laundering thing because I thought it was a great video. I love little uh, little videos that can kind of like break this stuff down to simplify it. And I thought it was a really cool video from this channel. They're Fixate Today. So if you aren't subbed to them, check them out and see what you think. They did some. They've been doing some videos on Micah's case here recently, and they're doing a great job. So uh, definitely check them out. But we're gonna check out the one that's about the money laundering, and it's Gray Matters. Fixate Today. Gray Matters is the channel, and this is the video about money laundering. I was like, man, I like this. If anybody knows the channel Infographics, that's one of my favorite channels when it comes to like little presentations and the display and how they present the information. I think it's just a really cool way to check it out. So we're going to check out this, and then we'll go ahead and end the show. And I might do some lounge stuff tonight. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. I'm starving. All right, here. Why did it not share? And thank you all for being here. Sorry, I'm not at home.
Welcome to our channel, Gray Matters. We are two neurodivergent ladies who fixate and need to share, and we've created this channel to do just that. Check out our podcast, Fixate Today, Gone Tomorrow, for some deeper dives.
Hey listeners, before we get going with the rest of our video today, we wanted to let you know that there are actually two of us on this channel. You mostly hear Nikki because she's better at speaking, but today we're going to try our first video in which we both talk, so don't be alarmed at the two different voices. Also, I don't think we've ever asked, but we would love for you to like and subscribe to our channel, and most importantly to us is to keep the comments coming. We love to read them and want to hear your ideas and thoughts on the case. Finally, we realize money laundering is not a topic most people are interested in, but I swear understanding it is integral to this case, or at least our theory about this case. Additionally, I have a fun tidbit to share at the end, so please watch all the way through. I promise it's worth it.
Welcome to Fixate Today, Gray Matters. Today, we are going to be talking about money laundering. What is it, and what are the laws federally and in South Carolina? Let's talk about it. The Financial Crimes Enforcement Network defines money laundering as involving, quote, disguising financial assets so they can be used without detection of the illegal activity that produced them.
Let us share this little clip that may help explain better, especially because it involves pictures.
Say you're a drug dealer, a corrupt politician,
Woo!
or a would-be terrorist, and you have a big sack of ill-gotten gains.
Woo!
How big of a sack? $1 million in cash weighs around 256 pounds. The International Monetary Fund estimates that up to 5% of the world's gross domestic product, or $1.5 trillion, is laundered every year. That's roughly 6 billion pounds, the equivalent of the Wall Street Bull, the Statue of Liberty, and the Eiffel Tower, times 300 every year. Here's how you'd clean your $1 million of dirty money in just 3 easy steps. Step 1, placement, also known as deposit your cash in a bank. Next to how you make your money, this is the riskiest phase of the laundering process. To prevent banks from reporting you to the government, keep cash deposits to well below $10,000 and spread it out over 160 accounts in 20 or more.
Has anybody watched Breaking Bad? If anybody's watched Breaking Bad, you pretty much know.
More banks. Step 2, layering, also known as move your money around like crazy. This is
Don't do it though. Okay, don't do it. Don't do it. But I'm just saying, if you've watched Breaking Bad, you already freaking know about under 10 grand and or Ozark. That is correct.
This is the trickiest and possibly most fun stage of the laundering process. Try changing currencies with 20%, buying expensive items like houses, cars, and works of art with 30%, and investing in legitimate businesses with the final 50%. The point is to make the original dirty money impossible to trace. Step 3, integration, also known as collecting your laundry. At this point, your money is no longer dirty. It comes back to you through a seemingly legitimate legal transaction like dividends from a savvy investment in a local Italian eatery, $56,000 to $130,000 a year. The sale of a particularly rare Thomas Kincaid painting of a lighthouse, $200,000. Or the steady stream of income brought to you by your newly acquired car wash, $100,000 to $200,000 a year. Minus various fees, bribes, and taxes, otherwise known as the cost of doing business, you can expect to make up to 80 cents on the dollar and extract your money in as little as 2 or 3 years.
Through money laundering, the criminal transforms the monetary proceeds derived from criminal activity into funds with an apparent legal source. The label of criminals in this definition includes terrorist organization, drug dealers and cartels, trafficking rings, and organized crime rings.
In fact, South Carolina has a bit of a frightening reputation when it comes to how much marijuana, cocaine, and heroin actually gets into the state.
Oh, my Lord, my $2 went to 50 cents.
CEU agents will tell you that South Carolina is the only state in the country where you can find every strain of heroin produced on the planet. That doesn't just happen. It happens when drug cartels...
Oh, my God. This video's monetization just went to shit. And then he just jumped down with the H. He's like, here, I haven't said enough yet. Here's the H. Oh, man.
Tells find a state that welcomes...
Oh, boy.
But it's not just about drugs. And we do need to understand what about South Carolina makes it so hospitable to these criminals.
What did I do today? What did I do today?
It's not narcotics. It's the ability to move money,
boy.
drugs,
Oh,
people,
boy.
weapons, anything.
Oh, boy.
The infrastructure is here in South Carolina just like it is in many places.
Oh, boy.
And the bad guys can move anything.
In 2016, South Carolina passed the South Carolina Anti-Money Laundering Act. In this bill, all businesses must obtain a license before transferring business funds, exchanging currency, or advertising either of these services. Only properly licensed individuals may conduct any of these activities on behalf of a business.
Because we're talking about financials, we're talking about lawsuits, we're talking about big money, $6 million. Like, in the beginning, we're talking about financials and how investigations can take a lot longer than maybe people prefer, so it's a video I've wanted to show you guys for a while when we're talking about financials and things.
The report showed there were more than 3,000 money transfer service businesses operating in just 2 coastal counties alone. Fewer than 10% were actually registered with the state. Those businesses wired nearly $700 million a year just out of the Myrtle Beach area to a handful of known cartel addresses in Mexico and Colombia, and to locations operated by Hezbollah. And
Woo! Oh my Lord!
Laundering
We're dropping 2 H's tonight.
across state lines or internationally is a federal offense. Depositing or spending money over $10,000 that was acquired without proper licensing is punishable by a maximum of a 10-year prison sentence. Despite the 2016 bill, South Carolina is one of the most criminal-friendly states in terms of money laundering due to the lack of regulations, with Horry County being one of the worst offenders.
Move money through it because there's really no accounting. It's sort of like a junkyard.
those who have found the loopholes in our state laws aren't sitting back and waiting for someone to plug them either. These are multi-million-dollar, multinational organizations.
They understand the laws of South Carolina. They do risk mitigation like anybody else does, and then they leverage those weaknesses we have in resources and laws and business processes and in oversight.
And Bill Knowles.
In 2015, Horry County was declared the, quote, money laundering capital of America. Horry County has found multiple loopholes in state law to create the perfect environment for money laundering, as Tiger King star Doc Antle and convicted murderer Alec Murdaugh have both shown.
This is crazy. This is crazy. Ain't it? Ain't it crazy?
So now, do you think it's possible that money laundering could have something to do with this case? How about JP and Mark Kaufman's virtually cash-only bar, Crocodile Rocks, from which Micah allegedly said JP brought bags of money to the church? Or what about Solid Rock Church itself, which most likely relies on many cash-only donations, and with, as a nonprofit 501c3 organization, has minimal government oversight? Could the church's / Mark Kaufman's new plane have anything to do with nefarious activity? And is it odd that Pastor Randall has so many registered...
Bro, get those front brakes replaced, man. Get the front brakes replaced.
LLCs and churches in his name? And who knows about Wayne Miller's travels to Pakistan? And recently, we even heard about Tom Winslow having a church registered to him, which seems strange for an attorney. And he has that property, which is on the Lumber River, which runs between the South Carolina, North Carolina state lines, and from which you can navigate all the way to the Atlantic Ocean.
If you got that time. That's a lot of time, trust me.
We would love to.
That's a lot of time. And then you got this map right here. That's a lot of land too. Oh, I'm telling you, the brakes, every time I'm like, oh my gosh, look at the brake dust. Oh, you know what I did here? Before I end the show, let me show you on video. I took a video of it today. We'll show that before I end the show. Let's see here. I don't even know. Gosh, it had to... Let me see. Oh no, I'm just gonna click something.
What they did with these heathens, these people who proclaim.
I might have to look for it. I don't know. I don't think that. Let me see. No, he's not there yet. Okay, so it's after this one. We'll try this one. There it is. Check this out. Look at this shit.
Here's Randall.
Justice for Micah!
Look at this, you guys.
Dude needs a brake job on that vehicle.
Look at the look. The brake dust on them front rims, yo. Look at the brake dust on those front rims. It's like, please replace your brakes. Replace your brakes. Look at that shit. Look at that shit. Look at the difference. Oh boy. Oh boy. All right, y'all. I'm glad I found it pretty quickly there. All right, y'all. I appreciate you so much. Y'all mean everything to me, for real. Without you, I couldn't do any of what we're doing. We'll be back tomorrow. I got a lot of work starting bright and early. And then, like I said, I'm going to try, if I can get it done early enough, I'm going to try and sneak in a couple hours Sebastian show to catch up. And then we'll be having another show tomorrow. I might even do like a combo show where we talk about Micah and Amber together. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. We'll do like a Amber and Micah night where we discuss both of them in tomorrow night's show. I think we'll try and do that. Do like a combo show. I want to say thank you all. Appreciate it very much. Please hit the like if you haven't yet. If you're just checking out the show and you enjoyed it, please hit the subscribe button. And we will see you tomorrow night. Peaceful, positive evening. Thank you all from the bottom of my heart. I love you guys. And please be safe. I can't wait to see you tomorrow. Maybe at the lounge tonight. We'll see.
10-4.